Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Stars of Unity. This is Darla Williams here with Light Language Guided Meditated Reads, as well as the Fountain Healing today. So, what I want to do is go ahead and get started. And I do have a chat already in the box. So, we're going to see just what the guides want to say, and this is for Kat. So, that is going to be what we're going to go to here in just a few minutes. And if anybody else, like I said, if you have any questions today for the cards, for your guides, for just anything that's sitting inside that you need answers to, we can go ahead and get those answers today. I may just tune in and allow those just to flow through and channel those messages. Sometimes it's people in our lives that want to come back and say, "Hey, I made it to the other side and I'm doing good, that I'm well and complete again." Or it can literally be a subject matter that you have been pressing through your whole life. It could be a wounded space within that needs to be repaired that decides to pop up, and I'll be there to walk you through whatever it might be. There are a lot of different things that happen when I'm in some of these sessions. Sometimes they're in person and sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're right here over the internet, which that is the nice thing about energy. Doesn't matter where we're at, we can always tune into it. We can always connect because that connection dwells in each and every one of us. So I want to make sure that I start off by clearing our auric field. So if you have anything that's any energy that is residual from any effects from things that have happened in life, areas of your life that you have started to build up and you want to just say that's enough and no consequences from it, and we want to wash it out, whatever it might be for you, I want you to hold that intention as we begin. But I'm going to go ahead and start by clearing our auric fields with the light language. Ya nashiana heya nahara hashiana hara ya naha ya shanaha ya hara hashiana hara ya Shanaha Yara Yanahara Shiatahayana Yashana Yana Shya Yanehea Yashana Heyana Harashiana Heyana He Yana Yashana Yana. I want to go ahead and jump right on into our guided reads today. And what I feel like I need to start with is asking our guides with a little bit of direction. And I'm going to go ahead and start with Kat today because she was the first one to type in. And it says, can I just see what the guides want to say? What do our guides want to tell you, Kat? I know that there is direction for you and that you have been patiently waiting by as everything is coming into perfect alignment for you, Kat. You had been out in the world for so long and not awake that when you awoke, you were flooded with a ton of uploads because there had been so much work already being done for so long.
Girl, my ears have been
So I know that, well, some of it is because I know your personal story, because I have walked with you for a while in your journey, but there is more behind that than what I can actually say because you haven't, you don't always share everything. So, even in that, what I'm seeing right now is that space of patience is bringing you to victory. You need to see that sometimes waiting for the precise moment is important because your divine helpers want to be there for you and be on time with you. That sometimes we try to get out of sync and go on to ourselves because we can see where we're going. But no matter how far you race ahead, you can sit there and idly wait until everything else in the world aligns with you. And I know that you truly have a gift that allows you to see beyond the veil. And sometimes the world isn't ready for those, and you have to wait for those who are coming into that alignment with you so that you can deliver your message. You have triumph, leadership, success, and accomplishments on the way. Your divine helpers are present, bearing the good news that whatever you've been working on will succeed. The bad news, well, there really isn't any bad news, but there is reality, which in your case suggests that you can fully enjoy your success only if you recognize that you didn't get where you are by yourself. This isn't to suggest that you must diminish your light or be falsely modest in your accomplishments, not by a long shot. You deserve to shine, so please do. Your divine helper simply reminds you to be grateful and acknowledge the contributions of those who have helped you to get where you are. This includes your spirit helpers and guides as well. One final word. With success comes the challenge of standing alone in the light. Of course, you've heard the saying, it's lonely at the top, but it doesn't have to be if you remember how you got there. Your divine helpers message, share the spotlight. So, what was that, Kat?
Oh, sorry, my little dude got out of the shower. Didn't think y'all thought I muted myself too. Sorry.
No, you're fine. So I'm going to go in and ask our angels, what is the next step to what you are about to embark on? Because the success is already written. So Archangel Gabriel says, make bold and ambitious choices. Great progress is possible. Important relationships with people who share your vision. So you can see here, you've got your guides, your angels are standing by. You're in the path and you're going along doing what you need to be doing. So you're right on point. So they're saying to make bold and ambitious choices, which means it coming again to that place within yourself to make the decision. Decisions can be tough when we're not sure where to go, but your guides are there moving you in the right direction each and every day. So with the fact that you have your guides standing by at any given moment, you can pause and wait to see whether or not that feeling leads you to feeling good about it or feeling not so certain. If you don't feel certain, don't do it. Make your yeses yeses, your noes noes, and stand in that balance. Being true and authentic to yourself is the key. So the two of Gabriel says, Gabriel says, you're making great progress. If you're experiencing a pause in the action, then it's time to reassert yourself, and get things moving again. Be bold and ambitious. You may have a choice to make. Don't let the indecision keep you from going forward. The right choice won't come from your mind, so follow your heart. Important relationships are possible right now. Partner with people who share your outlook and passion. Long-term vision, business, partnerships, showing great courage. Friendships and relationships will be merry. So, knowing that right now you're already awakened, you're in your alignment. Now is the big moment for you, and that is making the decision. What fuels you? What gives you joy? And what you need to do is line up with those things and make sure that you're leaning on those that are like minded. So, staying close knit to your tribe. And then you'll have the support that's going to anchor you as well as launch you to your destination. So you don't feel like you're just in the sea of life, ebbing and flowing through all the waves and everything else, so that you feel that you're steady when you're with your tribe. I feel that that's your reading today. Crystal says, what should I focus on for the next 6 weeks? Your guides. I'm going to archangels. That's not your card. That was Darla doesn't know what she's doing at the moment. Give me a second. Okay. I'm going to keep that card out just in case. Because it did fly. It sprouted wings and took off on me. So it might be. Oh, that's your card. That's strong. As always, when more than one jump out, I have to ask you, which one is your card? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Two. Now, the guides are telling me before I even start dipping into the decks, they want me to inform you that you have to go ahead and ask not so much what you should be doing, but for the assistance to line up with what you already have chosen to do. The guides are not there to, they're there to assist us in already what we are meant to do. So they're asking you to come back to that question of how can you assist me in what I'm already choosing? So you've already made a solid decision over the next few weeks. And that question was there to look for clarity on that direction, which I can give you clarity of where it's taking you and what it's doing for you. But the angels are saying, don't worry about asking what to do next, but ask us to be here to walk with you through what you do next. So what I have right now is in with the angels, I have both Gabriel, who showed up for you, as well as Archangel Raziel, and the magician has arrived. So you have come into alignment. You can manifest the life that you want. What you need will magically appear. Successful beginnings. That is the magician. And Gabriel, Ace of Gabriel says, a gift of passion, opportunity, and inspiration. Chance to do something amazing, a sense of wonder. And what else I had received was unconditional love with the Divine Mother. So with these three cards, I'm going to go ahead and read from the book. But what I'm seeing before I do is that you've come into true alignment. You have really begun understanding what it means to pull you into alignment, and that alignment doesn't come from outside of you, but it comes from within you. So I can see that your alignment is there, that your riches and your blessings are behind you already. You're already in them. You're walking it right now. You've already created that path, which I see with the Divine Mother. You have that connection. Source is right there with you. You are right along doing exactly what you need to do. And in that, you have now come to the place where you're beginning to receive your gifts. That may also be an expansion on what you're already knowing and what you're already doing, and that you may be actually diving deeper into some of the gifts that you have been given and expanding and showing it to the world. So, ask in your, I'm going to go with the unconditional love first. And it says, acceptance, fulfillment, nourishing, and affection. You're a precious child of the universe. The Divine Mother is present, urging you to open your heart and drink from her cup of unconditional love. You're her beloved and treasured child. Feel her endless flow of divine love streaming towards you. Any self-rejection and self-criticism may be feeling at this point in time are wounds inflicted upon you by the unconditions of the world, and are not part of your divine soul. Divine Mother is working with your soul to relieve you of these psychic injuries and doubts. Let her restore you to wholeness. Divine Mother's counsel, accept what is holy and true about you. You are a lovable and much loved child of the universe. The Divine Mother's love is available to you in all ways. Accept, breathe, relax, and allow her nourishing vibration to soothe your soul. Ask her to still your doubts and insecurities. The Divine Mother's message to you today: you are forever my beautiful and beloved child. So going on to Ace of Gabriel, what Gabriel is saying to you today, a wonderful gift is coming your way. It promises passion, opportunity, and inspiration. This is a time of action when you're called to take up whatever activity motivates you the most and make great changes in your life. Don't hesitate to move forward. It isn't necessary to know every single detail of what comes in next in order to spring into action. You may be offered a new job or a promotion, or you could start your own business. Accept new adventures and opportunities with open arms. A sense of wonder, news, a pregnancy or a birth, or fresh new ideas. So when you hear that card of new pregnancy or birth, you're either in the gestational stages of what you're creating, or you're about to finally birth it out into this world. Like you have had all the details, but just not the right setup. And that setup is coming in. So Gabriel is saying, whatever the next 6 weeks are, you already have your guides and it's already on its way. And it's already a success due to the fact that we see the Magician. And the Magician is always a great card because that means that everything's in your favor and that right now you are at your peak of manifesting. So whatever you think about, you bring about. That's how it really works. So what you got to keep track of what you're saying and what you're thinking. And anytime those things that are not serving you are coming in, you've got to say zero consequences. Zero consequences. No, I don't need to think that thought anymore. And take ownership of yourself. You are your soul sovereign. You have to control that. You have to shift. So bring yourself from those patterns and those thoughts and shift yourself out by maintaining recollection of what you're actually thinking. Stay tuned in. What is passing your thoughts? What is passing across? You've got to put the guard up and don't allow it to flow out, because what you're speaking is what you're bringing to life right now. So be very careful. What the magician says is you have the magical touch of angels on your side. New projects that you start will be very successful. You have all the resources you need, even if you can't see them at this time. You may be understanding and skilled and knowledgeable with what you have accumulated. You've prepared for this moment in your life, and the road ahead is safe and secure. With Archangel Raziel beside you, additional assistance in the form of guidance, support of people, and a windfall of abundance may seem to magically appear. Anything is possible. However, to receive this help, you have to confidently take action. You must move forward with your plans in a way that displays to others and to yourself that you have no doubt as to your coming success. So come up with creative solutions, skills and confidence, the ability to manifest, focus action, and take in the initiative. Raziel is a magical archangel who can guide you in conjuring the life of your dreams of living. This wizard like angel sits near the throne of God and is privy to all the holy secrets necessary to help you manifest wondrous and amazing opportunities for yourself. What wish are you trying to make come true? Archangel Raziel for assistance when you need resources of any kind to facilitate what you're trying to create. So tune into your angels and ask for guidance. They will literally show you the way. Pay attention to the signs. Watch for your repeating patterns of numbers. Watch for things that you are thinking to appear. They could be even on the side of a truck as it's passing you by. It might be in something that just sort of jumped out at you off the counter at a store. But really watch what is being shown to you, because it's going to lead you where you need to go next. Watch your angels because they're right there with you. Jono, I saw that you said, how do I know this new love I feel for someone is right? I'm gonna go, with the rose. My rose oracle is what I'm gonna go with, because the rose is the symbol of love. It starts with the ultimate love, and love is deposited into our hearts. And since this whole subject matter is around a relation and the love, I want to see what the rose thread has to say. Mary Magdalene is coming forth with the rose of Venus, alignment, flow, right relationship, and harmony. So right away off the bat, here we are with my guides bringing me to as you could see, I didn't set up and have cards already read, didn't know what you would be asking. But what I love is the fact that that our angels and our guides literally show up. When we're doing these reads, they show us and direct us exactly where we need to go. So what I'm seeing here in your card is, if you can tell here, it's a couple. And they are surrounded by the lights and the guides and everything around them, and that you have come into that space. So this is a divine connection. What you feel is truly written probably in the stars. You guys are probably, if you both had your charts checked, you'd probably have a junction that meets you together. So the Rose of Venus says, alignment, flow, right relationships and harmony. The Fibonacci series and the golden ratio on which it's based is a number sequence in which each number is in the sum of preceding two numbers. A rose petals holds the golden ratio, with each new set of petals growing in the spaces of the previous set. Perhaps this is why we feel changed by gazing into the spiral of a rose. The original rose looked very different to those we grow today. It possessed 5 petals and intensively, if we track the movements made by the planet Venus as it orbits the sun over periods of 8 years, we see they create a 5-fold rose pattern, creating the rose of Venus. Venus was the Roman goddess of love, sex, and fertility, and her symbol was the rose. Perhaps ancients knew more about the interconnectedness of the universe and life than we think. There's a sacred order to all things. Nature holds the cords of life. And as you're a part of nature, you do too. There's an intelligent force governing all of life. And the same forces that tell flowers when to bloom and the planet how to spin exists within you. Our tendencies to overanalyze and overthink can get us out of alignment with nature and thus life. Our resistance to change does this too. This card is an invitation to look at everything that doesn't feel in alignment. It's a reminder to trust in the tapestry of your life, your ever-changing nature, and to be dedicated to living a life that's deeply aligned. Your soul inquiry, what's no longer in alignment with who you're being called to be. So it's asking you right now to make room for what you're looking for. You have to remove some of the things that are stagnant in your life. So I am going to go a little bit further with this, and I'm going to go with the magic of unicorns, and I'm going to ask our unicorns what they want to share with you in regards to how you can pull yourself into alignment, bring yourself back into that space so that you can be fully open to be able to receive the love that you are looking for. Okay, I had 2 that popped. Do you want it to be 1 or 2? Jono, these are your cards. So 1 is in this hand and 2. Which one is yours?
2.
It says, open your heart. You may be guarded at this time because this may be new and you're not sure of what could come because of past circumstances. I feel like maybe past trauma with relations, maybe you've experienced a narcissist in your life. And what I'm seeing is that it's time for to love yourself and dare to be vulnerable so that you may receive the love that you're willing to give to another. When we tune into ourselves and we live and love ourselves first, it truly sets us up to receive the love that we're really looking for. We can truly write into the effects of what we want down to the very detail. I know because I've personally done it. I'm with my perfect partner. I manifested my perfect partner, and he's everything that I was ever looking for and more. There was so much more behind it. It says, love yourself, dare to be vulnerable. There are 33 chambers in the heart, in your heart chakra, all containing lessons of love. Your heart is open to the extent that you have mastered these. A warm and loving heart enfolds other people so they feel safe and loved. And in return, they love you. As your heart opens and you feel free to share your feelings, you also allow yourself to be vulnerable so people immediately trust you and feel close to you. This card reminds you to be generous and giving of yourself. Your guidance is to breathe into your heart and ask your unicorn to illuminate this center with its horn of diamond light. When it pours pure love into all the chambers of this chakra, the light lights them up. This dissolves any old hurts or blocks you may still have. Most important of all, appreciate yourself. Be kind to yourself. Feel your heart becoming warm and expansive. Your unicorn is reminding you that when you love and value yourself, any lower emotions dissolve in the glow of your inner warmth, your inner worth. Obviously, it's your warmth too. Then you become caring and compassionate towards humans and animals. You radiate unconditional love and the acceptance towards all sentient beings, and they respond with kindness. You see the loving essence of others, and your path becomes happier. Opening your heart is the greatest possible way to light up your journey, for an open heart attracts help, kindness, true friends, and all the support you need from the human, animals, and angelic worlds. Open your heart. So here is our meditation that we can do today to bring you into that proper alignment. And it says, if you're willing to participate, it says, close your eyes and focus on your heart chakra. Rub your chest and sense it becoming warm. Visualize the spiral of 33 chambers. Ask your unicorn to illuminate them all. Seeing the light spreading until your entire heart chakra is ablaze. Breathe into the experience, then thank your unicorn. My unicorn lights up my heart. That's your affirmation for the day. I'm going to pull one more card though, because I feel that you're asking, and what you're asking, you can receive. So I'm going to go ahead. It says, every reality has become focused by someone into being. You were taught to face reality before you knew you were creating reality. Do not face reality unless it is a reality you want to create. For any reality only exists because someone has focused it into being. Those statistics about your experiences and others are not about any hard and fast now realities. So the difference is what it's saying to you, what I'm getting on that one is if you are really, really sensing that this is a true connection, which I'm seeing that it is for you in the cards, whatever this relationship and this connection is, whatever you've created in the past or has had other people create, you can eliminate that straight away. You have the ability to breathe the life that you want into the relationship you want by actually journaling out and creating like I want you to draw like a circle on a piece of paper, and then like the compass key from a map, north, south, east, and west. Those are going to be your primary parts of what you want from your partner. And then I want you to create the other spokes off of it until you have all the details. And as long as this individual that you are seeing on this horizon for you, if they match all of that for you, then by all means, make sure you step into it and don't hesitate, because this could be the best experience of your life. That's what I'm sensing for you. That is it on that. Oh, so We have 15 minutes left, and what I would like to do is take everyone into the fountain. And what the fountain is for is if we have anything in our life that has anything holding us back, feeling that we're trapped, if we have anxiety, if we have frustrations, irritations, low vibration, maybe anger, from the irritations that are coming up. Um, what I do is I help you to transmute them and take them out of the body, deposit them into the ground, and then bring just back. So what I do is I open everything up so that from above, so below, it can be truth. And I bring you back into the proper alignment of being whole and complete from the foundations of creation. So if you can, anybody who has anything, myself personally today, I would say just a little bit of anxiety I would take for myself into the fountain. Um, I would also say that any confusion for myself, just to making sure that I can stay in proper alignment for what I'm doing. So those are the two things that I'm going to take in today. And anybody else, go ahead and type them into the chat. And you are welcome. So when it comes down to the fountain, not everyone is comfortable at first when they don't know what's going on. If anybody has been through a traumatic experience, the first thing we do is we put a guard up. So we can't actually participate in things when we don't know what's going on. So how do we separate ourselves and bring us back to a place where we can participate? Well, it starts with me being here to explain what I'm about to do. I'm going to give you a little bit of an understanding. Both Crystal and Kat both know, but because you're new, Jono, I want to make sure that you're aware. What I have been given was a gift I found in between the dream realm. I was taken to another space, which later I came to realize that it was the Akashic Records. And I got to walk along the Akashic Records with an angel, which that angel was actually me because I was guarding my own records. But it took me a while to understand how all of that worked. At the time, I was going to church and I went to church and told everybody about this dream and that God was giving me a gift to take people and heal them. And it wasn't always accepted where I was at, but I knew that I needed to do what I was being instructed to do. And I was taken from the Akashic Records and walking along the halls of seeing all these different books of everybody's life. And then because I was like quite inquisitive and the little curious Darla that I am, I happened to see an area that looked like it was under construction. And it was like, ooh, what's going on over there? And the angel quickly just took me by the hand and said, oh, no, let's go this way. And she put me into what was like a bubble, a dome, but it sent it off and put me into another area, which landed me at the gates of this massive garden. And I was taken into the garden. Inside the garden, there was a lot of angels fluttering in and doing their thing. And I got to see them going into the fountain, which eventually I was called forth to go in myself. After the dream, when I woke up, I was told just before I woke up that I would remember later what it was for. And I've incorporated into a lot of the work that I do now because I really like to transform and help people to get through that. So, what we're going to do is we're going to do a mental meditation. I'm going to just listen to my voice. I'm going to guide you through. And then after we get in and you wash through, at the end, if you'd like, you can share your experience. If you're not comfortable, that's perfectly acceptable as well. Whatever your experience is, it's just there to relieve all the negativities for yourself. So, with a little bit of understanding, now I'm going to go ahead and take you into that. So, just sit back, close your eyes, allow yourself to relax. Taking a deep breath in through your nose Bring it all the way down, as far down into your gut as you possibly can. If you can bring it all the way down to the perineum, go ahead. And then I want you to exhale. I want you to inhale again. And exhale. And one more time, just for clearing. And exhale. And I just want you to listen to my voice and allow yourself to imagine what I am saying in front of you. There's a gate, and this gate is tall, and it is wide, and it is lit up as it is closed. As it opens, it's no longer lit. It closes again, and you're standing thereby, watching as it closes. And it opens again. Bringing it again, closed. But this time, you feel a shift. You're being invited in. When it opens again, go ahead and step in as it's opening. Go ahead. As you step in, you're on the path. The path that's going to veer to the left, but off to the right, you can see that there's tall grass blades swaying, ebbing to and fro with the winds as they go. You can also see across, sprinkling all across the top, every wildflower of every type that you've ever seen. So it is sprinkled and blanketed like a quilt of flowers. As you continue on your path to the left, you see that there are bushes and brushes and trees of all types and flowers of all kinds of everything and all the greenery. As you continue along your way, you just feel this sudden urge to continue on and around the bend. As you come around the bend to the right, you see that there's a bench that you could stop off at and just enjoy, or you may have someone waiting that wants to give you a message. They're there, stop and receive. Let them speak to your heart. It may be a family member, could be a really good friend. Allow them to say what they need to say. And then to the left, you see that this massive, enormous fountain that is flowing from above down through the different tiers in the basin. As this light water is flowing from the top down, down, down into the basin, you feel the desire to step up, and mentally step down into the fountain. As the waters are beginning to swirl and twirl all around your feet and coming up over your feet, up around your calves, up and around your shins and your knees. When it hits your knees, you feel the sense to move forward and into the fountain that's flowing down from above and over the top of your head. As you feel this now coming down your body as a sensation that is just warming you to your soul, as it touches the water that's at your knees, as soon as it hits and meets, you feel the top of your crown opening and the light and the waters flowing in down into the mind. As it is, it's picking up all of the story in the third eye. Everything as it awakens and opens and sees is bringing up anything that is no longer serving your highest good, bringing up every those little storyline that you've spoken over yourself or others have spoken over you is coming in and bringing out anything that has any negative contents, all of that frustration, irritation, the negative, the worry, the unworthiness. Releasing anything is no longer in alignment with your truth, bringing you to peace, no longer having confusion, making sure that you're whole and complete in the foundations of creation. God didn't have time to make a nobody. He only had time to make a somebody. And you certainly are somebody. Bringing that down into the throat, removing any of the storylines that we've spoken over ourselves or that others have spoken over us, bringing us just back to the truth that is whole, complete, loving, worthy, accepted, appreciated, honored. Go ahead and pixelating it all now down into our shoulders, down our arms, into our fingertips, and back up into the heart center, like a mighty rushing waterfall coming through from above, down through the crown, down through the mind, down through the throat, and into the heart, washing away anything that's calloused from the hurt and the pain that we've received over the years, bringing us back into balance, bringing us back into clarity, bringing us healing and restoration. Down into the solar plex, and any tension, frustration, pain that we may be harboring in any space, let it be washed, cleansed, and restored, bringing us back to balance, to the wholeness and the completion of who we are from the foundations of creation, bringing that down, 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 pushing it through into the sacral, removing our patterns and our addictions and our afflictions and the things that keep us bound up and trapped from the things of our past, but removing it and bringing us peace, love, patience, gentleness, warmth, cleansing, healing, wholeness, completion, bringing that down to the very root of our being and bringing us back to the truth. Bring it all, anything that is no longer serving you and your highest good, bring that down through your thighs, into your calves, into your heels, into the soles of your feet, through your toes, and all the way down into the ground, pushing it far, far, far down away from you into Mother Gaia, pushing it and depositing it, no longer in allowing it to affect us in any way, bringing just back the light and the water up into the toes, into the soles of your feet, up into the heels and into your calves, up into your knees and into your thighs, back into the root. And here I want to go ahead and bring that up through the spinal column, into the brainstem, bringing us back to balance, bringing us back to the truth, so that we can stand in full, perfect balance between the divine feminine, the divine masculine, and the divine inner child, calibrating us, recalibrating everything back to the truth of the foundations of creation. We're whole and complete, that we are perfectly made in every way. Releasing that back through the crown and into the heavenlies. And thank our guides and our angels and our ancestors, source, universe, and anything in between. When you're ready, go ahead and wiggle your fingers and your toes. Open your eyes. Take in another deep cleansing breath in. And exhale any resistance. And when you're ready.
Thank you, girl. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm going to go ahead and take this off of the recording so it can be a little more personal.